Hello VR addicts, welcome to my channel. I am Paolo Trianni and this is a review on Propagation Paradise Hotel, the horror survival game it is. And I am playing it on the Quest Pro. I played it on the Quest Pro and it's from the Quest store, and I think it's pretty much the same because there's no foveated rendering, no eye tracking business going on. So what I see is pretty much what the Quest 2 would pretty much see. I believe the PC version is a little bit more prettier than this. The Owen's hair, for instance, if you want to have a look at that, it looks more better comb over than the comb over you get in the Quest 2. Let's start with graphics. The graphics in this game is actually quite good. For the Quest, it's amazing that you can play a game like this in the Quest, and it looks so damn sweet. The lighting's sweet, the way they've rendered the darkness, which you can tell you got an LCD panel in this. I mean, for people like PSVR 2 that got OLED panels, it will definitely shine in those dark areas. And I would say that the only problem with some of the graphics is that some things are oversized. I don't know if they're supposed to be oversized because they just look mahusively oversized, you know, like air vents. And they're not air vents, they're like friggin', you know, swimming pool, like leisure flipping sports kind of tubes, you know, tubes to go down, you know. They're massive. They're so big they could fit an elephant in it, probably. Well, that's probably an exaggeration, but they are very big vents. The doors are good sizes and everything, but you know, some things just seem a little bit out of proportion. But most of it's, yeah, I say 99%, 99.999.3.8645231 of it is absolutely perfection. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful game. And there's little collectibles in it. There's these little collectibles in it that are even more beautiful. They are absolutely stunning. The sharpness on those is extreme to the max. And the game is pretty all round damn good. When you get to the lobby, that does kind of open your mouth a little bit. If you play this game already, you know what I'm talking about. You know, you've opened two massive double doors and the lobby's there and you're like, your jaw open. Let's just talk about the gameplay, because that's kind of important, isn't it, really, in any game, because, you know, you can have graphics, but without gameplay, the game gets boring very quickly. And it's a zombie game, so it's a zombie horror, so boring shouldn't really be part of a zombie horror game, really. So it's never going to get too boring, because there's always going to be something that's going to make you jump. The gun mechanics in it are absolutely perfect. I like reloading and loading and cocking and etc. I think that's brilliant. The pump action, brilliant, absolutely fantastic. I think that there's a lot to love about the gun mechanics in the game. The zombies look, you know, they look fantastic, so much so that when they move, they look good too. I mean, I think the only jank kind of movement is Owen, and you know, he'll sway like he's got early sign. Like, I would definitely see a doctor about Parkinson's if I was him. But if you play the game, you know that's probably pointless now. But you know, that's a bit jank. But most of it is generally okay. You know, I think that they did a really good job there. But the gameplay is a bit slow, especially at the beginning. You know, it speeds up as it goes along, like any game probably would. And yeah, I think that when it starts off, it's really slow. You wonder if there is a zombie outbreak or if there's just loads of dead bodies everywhere. I mean, I end up killing the same zombies a few times, and yeah. Oh, that's another thing. It's a bit of a shame. It's like zombies with different outfits on, but they look the same as well. So that's kind of a bit of a shame, really. The jump scare of it is a tad bit disappointing. I mean, I guess it depends on how scared you are. I mean, for me, I didn't feel scared at all, really. I felt probably more scared playing Saints and Sinners than you know, this. Resident Evil 7 was definitely more scary, and I haven't played 8 yet. Well, I want to, because I know you can play that in VR. But yeah, I wouldn't say it was super scary. It gets scarier as it goes along, but the jump scares. I think the ambient sounds are a little bit more spookier, but you get used to it after a while. You know, zombie sounds everywhere. It's crazy. There's just ambient sounds literally everywhere. Um, and the creaks and stuff. I love that, actually, to be fair. The music, obviously, you have music when it kicks in, when there's a zombie coming at you or whatever, and there's a bit of music and all that. I kind of feel like, hold on, wait a second, there's a bit of music to add intensity. And it works because it's a flavour that games like this have, and it works really well. Um, I'm going to sort of go into some of the disappointing parts of the gameplay that I thought was really, really rubbish, and I don't know why other reviewers haven't really spoke about it very much. And it's the lack of interaction with objects. You can't really interact with anything, and the stuff you can interact with is obvious because they kind of like highlight it. And it's a bit of a shame because in a VR game, you know, you want to interact with as much things as possible, and even if they just added, you know, a little bit more interaction, it would have been fantastic. And then the blockades, you do get this linear feeling with it, and what makes that happen is the obstacles. The obstacles are stuff that normally you could just use one finger just to push away, you know, and you can't in this. So it becomes a dead end, and that's not. They could have done a little bit better with that, I felt. At the beginning, every door is like almost locked. It's like locked door, locked door, locked door. So yeah, it does give you, except for the toilets, you can always go for a poo. It's not a problem in this game. The toilets are always open. Um, but yeah, it's a bit of a damn shame on that respect. I think that you can't lift up some luggage and just move some luggage out of the way so you can get to the top floor of the stuff you could get was the same. It was either the special item, the octopus thing, which is gorgeous, may I add. The octopus thing is definitely, you can just literally, the game is just worth it because of the octopus thing. I mean, the octopus is just amazing. You know, the little tiny trophy things you find everywhere. There's 30 of them. And other than that, it's like bullets, battery, bullets, battery, bullets, battery. And survival horrors do tend to have these, and they're a bit boring. This is why I rate something like Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, where you've just got a huge collection of stuff that you can pick up. Some stuff is just completely useless, but you can still pick it up and take it with you. You know, it's nuts. But this is just bullets, and there's a time when you're just looking through drawers and cupboards for just bullets, batteries, bullets, batteries. Oh, more bullets, more bullets. The hotel absolutely loves 9-volt batteries and 9mm bullets. That does get boring. You kind of realise that you're going into room after room after room after room. The length of the game as well. I mean, some people have mentioned it, but they sometimes mention it so briefly that just whips past, and it's not good. It's a bit terrible, and that should probably be mentioned a little bit. It is short, but look at the price. It's not exactly priced very high, but does it have repayability? No, not really. When you finished it, you feel a bit empty afterwards. Is it a good empty? It is a good empty a little bit, and a bad empty. It kind of depends on how you've taken the game, realistically. If you're somebody that's, you know, enjoyed the game, then you would have you would feel a bit empty after it. You'd wish there was more, and wish there was something else you could do. You can play it on harder difficulties. There is nightmare difficulty even. I played it on hard, and if a zombie latched onto you, he could kill you within seconds, and then you'd have to start at the save point. The save points are pretty cool. I really enjoy the save points. I like the way they did it. I'm not going to tell you much about that, but because, you know, no spoilers. But yeah, it's short. So at the end of the day, you're kind of like, what do I do? What do I do now? Did I enjoy it enough to play it again through on a harder difficulty? Did I play it on a harder difficulty? For me, it'd be just nightmare after that, wouldn't it? And yeah, it it wasn't too hard on hard, I'd say, but I did die. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not so. I'm not. I didn't Rambo it. I died a few times. I mean, I tried to Rambo it. I tried to be really, really cool, But when a zombie latched onto me, I literally had seconds to punch him in the face and get him off me, or I would lose all my health. I would say that it's not a bad game for $14.99. The sounds are fantastic, and I was using the usual cans that had come with the Quest Pro. The Quest Pro cans are not that bad anyway, so I could live with it. The bass isn't super huge, but it still was great. There was a bit in the game though where something very large was running above you, and you could hear it very loud, and it was rumbling, but I didn't have no rumble on me, and the controllers, I don't know if I can't remember if the controllers rumbled or not, but I can imagine the PlayStation VR 2 would rumble at that moment, and that would really add immersion to that game, to that part. Did I like it? It is okay actually. You're kind of looking for your sister, etc., etc. You got Owen with you for Owen's like an uncle that likes his peanut butter a lot, smeared in certain places, and you're the dog. Well, no, he's not that creepy, but still, he's and then you meet some other people as well. Would rate it at maybe a 7 out of 10 because it's good, and it's not really for me. It's beautiful. I love the gun mechanics. I love the zombies. I love the other things. The other thing, and no spoilers. But I have to say that some of the just rooting through hotel rooms and staff rooms and all sorts of stuff, and just got a bit repetitive for me, I think. And I think that's probably where it loses a few points on that. And it also loses a few points because it's a little bit short, even if it is cheap. Alright, so yeah, thank you for watching, and if you liked this video, please give it a like. And if you didn't like this video, just don't bother with that, because no one's going to see it. You're not going to know, I'm not going to bother looking. And if you could subscribe, that would be really good, because it's free. Just hitting that subscribe button just helps the channel. I mean, it's just a nice thing to do, isn't it, really? And you don't really have to do anything else. I mean, you could join, you could donate, you could send me nudes. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. I would mind. Please don't send me nudes. But thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.